Hello everyone and welcome to GoldenNova's First React, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. Looks like we're getting another raw yellow mega pack deal thing. There was a Slifer one a little while ago, so now we're getting the next school on the ladder. And we have a couple of free agents coming out of chaotic origins? Good old Corey. So we're going to go ahead and cover all of those right now, starting with Dark Tyranno, a level 7 Earth dinosaur monster with 2600 attack and 1800 defense. You can only use this card's first and third effect once per turn each. During your main phase, if a spell card or effect was activated this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand. It can attack directly if the only monsters your opponent controls are in defense position, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add one level 8 or higher dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. Then if your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon that monster from your hand. Okay, this seems like... Am I going wild here? This card exists, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Card database. This is... It's like another, like, Tyranno monster that can do... This is another, like, Hassleberry thing, right? Am I... Yeah, Black Tyranno. This is Dark Tyranno. This is Black Tyranno. Okay, This is making a little bit more sense. Okay, this seems pretty nifty. There's no end to the spell cards that dinos are playing. So this just gives you a free way to get this out of your hand. Honestly, I don't even know if the second effect is going to be useful for anything. This is an if sent to the grave effect, so link material, whatever you want material, go to the graveyard, get something. Level 8 or higher dinosaur monster. There's like... This doesn't ignore summoning conditions, so we're not doing an Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, but there's gotta be like other dinosaurs that would make for a fun drop from the hand, right? Let's exclude all of our extra deck goodies here. There are currently... Oh, no, it was a... I decided to do a search for them instead of removing them. I will not make that mistake a second time. Okay, we've got 15 total targets for this. What are we looking at here? Dogoran, Doodle-based Tyranno, Jurak Titano, one of the Ryugas, Mighty Dino King Rex, actually. I remember that being pretty funny. If this card attacks... If this attack card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, he can make a second attack during this battle phase. Once per turn, if you control this card that was not summoned this turn, you can target up to 2 monsters your opponent controls and destroy them. Well, this is a pretty nifty way to get this onto the board. Everything else doesn't seem... Oh, maybe Super Ancient Dino Beast. That would be something. A little draw engine for our troubles. Okay, seems fine. Seems like a fine addition to the pack. Don't know if it'll make the cut in any competitive lists, but it's a fun idea. Arcana Force 12, the Hanged Man. This has been in Duel Links for a while. Does this have the same effect? It's a level 6 fairy monster, 2200 attack, 2200 defense. When a card or effect is activated as a quick effect, you can reveal this card in your hand to special summon an Arcana Force monster from your hand in defense position. Oh, okay. So, probably good that it's not itself, but that's interesting. Arcana Force has a turn 0 play. We live in a strange world. If this card is summoned, toss a coin. This card gains the appropriate effect. If it's heads, destroy one monster that you control, and if you do, take damage equal to its original attack. If it's tails, destroy one monster your opponent controls, and if you do, inflict damage to them equal to its original attack. So this is one where we want it to be tails, but it's the Hanged Man, so it's reversed. So that's pretty funny. I have not played Duel Links in a hot second, so I'm not sure if this is a direct translation from the mobile version. I'm curious to see how this works in paper play. What happens if you can drop one of the more threatening new Arcana Force monsters out of nowhere? Okay, Candelato, the Phantom Beast of Light. Phantom Beast! Level 12 Light Beast, 0 attack and defense. You can only use this card's first and third effect once per turn each. First effect, you can discard 2 other cards to special summon this card from your hand. Then you can add 1 card from your deck to your hand that has a coin-tossing effect. Oh. Okay. It gains 1,000 attack and defense for each card in your hand. Wait a second. I guess you're kind of pitching 3 cards to get this out into the field, though, so Slifer this may not be. Third, when a card or effect is activated that includes an effect that adds a card from the deck to the hand as a quick effect, you can negate that effect. Oh, okay, so it's Pseudo Ash Blossom. This is... This is funny, so this... If you can summon this out without having to pitch a bunch of cards, this gets really big, and it stops a search. But it's also... Is this a stable in Arcana Force decks now? I don't know. It adds any coin tossing card from our deck to our hand, and there's some pretty good ones of those now in the context of the deck, so... this is probably worth using. Maybe we don't even care about like how big it is or keeping it around, just as a way to search stuff. But it's a huge minus. It's like what you're pitching 2 cards to search 1. So I guess it's just a -1 really. Cautiously optimistic on this one's usability. Plasma Warrior Eitom. Hey, is this more Magnet Warrior support in the year of Magnet support? Level 8 Light Thunder Special Summon Effect Monster, 3000 attack, 2500 defense. This card is always treated as a Magna Warrior card. Okay, so we can dump this with, I think, what, Sigma Minus? It cannot be normal summoned or set and must be special summoned from the hand or graveyard, thank God, by attributing 1 level 7 or higher monster. Oh, just any of them. Okay, well, we have plenty of level 7 monsters. The first one that comes to mind is Superconducted Magnum, blah blah blah, linear plus minus. But that will keep it from triggering its effect because it tributes that instead of destroying it, which would return it to the hand. So maybe we have other options in there that we'd like to use more than that. Flux Ockenfeld, maybe, but we want to stick that around for its weird removal effect. So I'm not sure what the best option here is. Once per turn, you can send a Magnet Warrior or Magna Warrior monster from your deck to the graveyard, except a copy of this card, and for the rest of the turn, this card's original attack becomes 1500 and also can attack directly. Oh, so this is bad. So this is a bad card. This is a card that you don't play. That might be unfair. It is a, like, Magna Warrior you can throw in the graveyard that you can summon to swap out for another monster that you have. But I don't know if it does literally anything else useful, so I think this just might be bad. A 1500 attack. Like, is there a way to, like, boost this high enough after having its attack that this is a threat? This is bad. This is just bad. I gotta stop trying to make that work. It's bad. White Knight's Lord. That's what they used to call me in high school. Level 7 Light Warrior Monster, 2000 attack and defense. You can only use this card's first effect once per turn. You can banish 3 monsters from your graveyard to special summon this card from your hand, and then you can apply one of these effects. Special summon a White Knight or White Knight monster from your hand or deck, or add a White Veil from your deck to your hand. Second effect, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, change that opponent's monster's attack to 0, and if this card is destroyed by your opponent, inflict 1000 damage to them. So, like what? That's White Knight Dragon or something? Let's, what are we looking at here? Do we even have White Knight? Oh, there's some. Okay, so there's some funny options here. So White Knight includes Morpheus, the Dream Mirror White Knight. So that's funny. Though its effect only triggers when summoned by the effect of a Dream Mirror monster. So we're not getting a little extra value out of that. We're also probably not going to be getting White Knight of Dogmatica, but this does get White Knight Dragon, which is great stats and gives some negation. And then White Knight Queen, which actually cannot be special summoned at all. And this does not ignore summoning conditions? Okay, sure. Notably, this also gets White Knights monsters, and this is a White Knight's Lord, so it can summon another copy of itself. Is there a White Knights here already? I've already clued you into the fact that I opened up a second copy of database just to avoid doing this switch over, but that has failed me. Okay, so there is no other White Knights, so it's just the dragon, which is cool, the queen, which can't be summoned, and itself. And then also White Veil, which is supposed to go with the Armed Dragon level 10 white. This is fine. This is a funny card. It gets 2 level 7s on board if you want to summon another copy of it for the cost of banishing 3 monsters, which some decks might even like. So this is nifty, and it wins every battle. The second effect is not a once per turn trigger. It will not lose combat, so your opponent has to get rid of it by some other means, and if they do that by destruction, they're going to lose 1,000. So that's... I think it's funny. Oh, wait a second. In English dubs of the anime, this card was called White Knight Lord. However, its effect here is not supposed to summon Morpheus the Dream Mirror White Knight, so we're sticking with the plural form. Oh, okay. Well, then never mind about what I said. I'm just being silly. Invincible Demise Lord. Well, with a stat line like that, that doesn't seem very invincible. Level 6 Dark Fiend monster, 1300 attack, 2000 defense. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn each. First effect, during the end phase, if any number of monsters were destroyed by battle this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard. And if Invincible Demise Lord was destroyed by battle this turn, this card's original attack becomes 3000 and it cannot be destroyed by card effects. Well, that's a little more invincible. That gets a lot closer to being invincible. Second, during your main phase, you can reveal this card. Oh, okay. For some reason I read you can reveal this card in your deck. Not you can reveal cards in your deck. I was about to lose my gourd. During your main phase, you can reveal cards in your deck, including slash draw equal to the number of cards your opponent controls +1, and place those revealed on the top of the deck in any order. Oh, okay. So this just enables slash draw to work. Okay, I had no... There's a lot of GX stuff that I don't know about off the top of my head, folks, so I did not expect to be blindsided by a card that effectively enables the effect of slash draw to go off without a hitch. Very funny to see this here. This seems kind of cool. So, like, I like the idea that, like, once it gets killed in battle, it comes back, and then the only way to kill it at that point, or at least by battle, is, or destroyed in general, is by battle, so it'll keep coming back as a 3000 attack monster with that protection. But this is, like, really slow, so this is really only here for the second effect, which is funny if you can get it to work. I know that slash draw literally doesn't work to its full extent in domain format, but it has actually still been a fantastic card for recycling your graveyard. So having a card that fetches that seems funny. So if you're running a Dark or Fiend deck, keep an eye out for this one, especially because it will ensure what cards you will mill to the graveyard when you do all of that. So this is actually a nasty setup tool no matter what format you're playing it in. Okay, so I saw this image out and about. This is one of the Metamorph elemental heroes, right? Like, I'm scanning it really quickly. I don't see it. Hold on a second. Elemental hero Clayguardman. I want the anime version. I want to see the anime version of this card. Yeah. During Jaden's turn, special summon this card from his extra deck in defense position via the effect of the normal spell card Metamorphosis. So this was one of the Metamorphosis heroes. Yeah. And we just had the MBT short about the Metamorphosis heroes. What does he know? What does he know that we don't know? What's the hookup on that? This is crazy. Elemental Hero Clayguardman, level 4 Earth Warrior Fusion Monster, 0 attack, 2800 defense, requires an Elemental Hero monster and a Warrior monster's material. So, yeah, quick overview. It looks like they've ditched the whole Metamorphosis thing, thank God. You can only, if this card is special summoned, you can special summon an Elemental Hero monster from your deck. Then if your opponent controls a card, you can inflict 400 damage to them for each. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except hero monsters, and other elemental hero monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Oh. That seems pretty nifty. So, if you have a spare fusion on hand, you get Clayguardman And you get to tutor out any hero directly to the board. Any elemental hero. It's not any, so no none of the new mask stuff, no evil, no destiny. But there's still a lot of really good elemental heroes that this grabs if you're like stuck in a rut and you have a fusion available. You just make this, get, and then it just provides your monsters some destruction protection, which is great. Also, just burn, then if your opponent controls a card, you can inflict 400 damage to them for each. This is kind of funny. This sees play, right? This is a hero card. This sees play in extra decks for sure, right? Like, this isn't just like a goofy card. This does things. Okay. Okay. Doll Hammer. Normal spell card. You can only use these cards' first and second effect once per turn each. First effect, target one monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, draw 2 cards. Then you can change the battle position of one monster, of your opponent's. Second, if a monster is special summoned from your graveyard while this card is in your graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. Huh. So it's a destruction enabler that lets you go even. And it just randomly also changes the battle position. So it can also change fights in your favor, and it recurs itself whenever you summon from the graveyard, which normally goes hand in hand with decks that like having their monsters destroyed. I could see this having a little use, just a smidge. I'm thinking already what? There's Fire Kings, there's Unchained, there's Gradle. Destroy. Which one is it? It's the Destroy the Alligator. That could be good. That could be very good. This is niche. Not every deck is just going to play this just because, but this could be playable in certain things. Holy cow. Quick Summon, Quick Play spell card. You can only use this card's second effect once per turn. First effect, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon or set one monster. When you do so this way, if your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon a level 5 or higher monster without tributing. Second, during your main phase, if this card is in your graveyard except the turn it was sent there, you can banish it to add a level 5 or higher monster from your deck or grave to your hand that can be normal summoned or set. Then immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon it. That's pretty good. Once again, this is probably a very specific niche of decks like that have higher level monsters that they want to get out and are having trouble doing so. And this doesn't have to be in response to anything, even though it's a quick play spell card. As long as your opponent has a monster, you can just jam out a high level monster out of your hand. Okay. I think this is like super niche, but the decks that need this are going to be very happy that this is here. Also, this was the splash image, and I have to point out something here. Let's open this in a new tab here so that we can zoom in on. I need to check. We got that logo on the. No, let me zoom in, you jerk. I'm trying to do a bit here. Can you just let me do bits in peace? Okay, so we got this thing here, right? We got folks, I swear this is the only bit that I've had planned out since I saw it, but it was in the title art. I had to do this. And in fact, this might not even be a good bit, but I mean where's the, yeah. Right here. I mean, what am I supposed to say? What am I like that? That's like the low res symbol, right? Like that's I don't know. Does it mean anything? I think it does. I think it actually does mean something. I think it means that something is about to happen. Who knows? D-Burst, normal spell card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target one face-up spell card that you control. Destroy it, and if you do, draw a card. Then, if you control a Destiny Hero monster, you can special summon a Destiny Hero monster from your hand, graveyard, or banishment. If a monster equipped with an equipped card or Destiny Hero Dogma attacks, at the end of the damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard. That monster can make a second attack in a row. So this is like Clock Tower Enabler, right? Like you pop the field spell, get one card out of it. It's still like a -1. But then you have the Destiny Hero, you get another one. So it's another way that you go card even for enabling something. And then it lets you... it says a monster equipped with an equipped card, but let's be real here. We're talking about Destiny Hero Plasma. It goes along with Destiny Hero Dogma. It's talking about Plasma. This reads Plasma. This is Plasma. This is French for Plasma. So you get to enable your field spell, which you aren't playing. I don't know what you blast now in D Heroes if you're not playing the Clock Tower Prison. Though, notably, you can pop the monster equipped to Plasma. So that's something. And then this is a double attack. It lets them double attack, they get the double attack. That's very fun. And then we get the anime variant of Haman. I love the Sacred Beast. I cannot get excited for this anime artwork. Like it's got like it's the anime artwork. I know it has a draw for something, but I look at it and I'm like, this is just every other art just looks better than this. I don't know. I just can't with this. More power to everyone collecting these. These are some nifty cards. What fun banger alert. Wee woo. Interesting, weird, bad. This one's bad. This one's just bad. Weird, funky, kind of playable. Raw pack got some fun stuff in it. Let's all check out the Chaotic Origins. Let's go Annihilating Retrolight, a counter trap card. What is going on in this image? Wow. Okay. This time it's the planet that's destroying the installation. Move aside, Death Star. When your opponent activates the effect of a monster they control that was not summoned this turn, negate the activation, then you can banish face down all face-up monsters that they control that were not summoned this turn. Second, if this set card and its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card, you can set one trap card from your deck, which could be another copy of Annihilating Retrolight, though it won't be active. Wow. So this doesn't work if you're going first, even though most counter traps would love that. Because it can't work on monsters summoned that turn. It's a strong banish. It gets rid of a bunch like this is a counter trap that board breaks, but it doesn't let you do that when you're going first. You need to have set this for a long period of time. Granted, though, now that I think about it, this is still a strong going first card. Not because it'll stop them during their turn, but it will stop it during your own turn. Like, if you set this up and your opponent sets up a board and gets through and they hit you and you're now decimated, your opponent tries to stop you while you're setting up with a monster effect. You hit him with the Annihilating Retrolight, and now their monster board is gone because none of their monsters were summoned during your turn, presumably. And now you get to combo off. This is... it's also kind of got that, because like if during their setup turn they blast the Annihilating Retrolight and you set another copy of it, then they're like, oh, I gotta kill you this turn otherwise, because all my monsters, I can't, there's nothing that I can do with my monsters during my own turn that's going to keep them safe unless they like avoid getting destroyed. And this does not have a once per turn restriction on it. It doesn't look like. So as long as all they have is removal, they'll have to churn through 2 copies. If you're playing 3 of course. It might be a little unrealistic to expect to play 3 of this, but at the very least, this will get you any other trap card if it does get removed. So if you have other options here, it'll fetch those. Keeping an eye on this one. I am keeping an eye on this one. This one could be good. Okay, I've been waiting to talk about these cards for so long. Someone told me after I did the last one that they dropped a magical swamp person, and I didn't talk about him. But I have to talk about it because you know I love fusion. You know I love fusion, and this guy's got to have something to do with fusion. That's what they all do. So Magical King of the Swamp is a level 3 water spellcaster monster with 500 attack and 1100 defense. Classic stat line. You can only use the effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can reveal one fusion monster in your extra deck, and if you do, banish one material mentioned on it from your deck, then special summon this card. And if it is used as fusion material this turn, its name can be treated as the banished monsters. What are you doing there? What are they doing with that? What's going on here? Ooh. Oh, that's gotta be something. That's gotta be something, right? Like, it gets your specific monster banished. This is the fusion material for it, so you can play it. It doesn't substitute material for extra deck monsters, which is the one downside, and it doesn't come with a fusion effect itself, so this might not be good. If it's good, then it has to be good in the context of a very specific monster that likes being banished or has infrastructure for it. But I'm keeping an eye on it because it is a swamp monster, and those, especially for fusion decks, are pretty slick. We've got one last card here. This one I think was just unveiled today, Corrupted Ritual Records. And folks, if I ain't talking about fusion monsters, I'm talking about ritual monsters because they're so cool. Normal spell card, you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. First, reveal a ritual spell in your hand or deck and add one monster that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So you don't get the ritual spell, you just get the monster listed on it, which is not a pre-preparation of rights. Though notably, this can reveal a ritual spell in your hand, which I think if you drew the ritual spell and you didn't have another copy of it in your deck, it was kind of shut off. Second, if a face-up ritual monster or monsters you control leave the field by a card effect while this card is in your graveyard, and you now control no face-up non-ritual monsters, you can add this card to your hand. No face-up non-ritual monsters. So, a ritual monster has to leave the field by a card effect, but you still need to have ritual monsters on the field, and you can't have any non-rituals. Is that what I'm getting off this? Am I reading that correctly? Wow, a lot of double negatives on in here. Woof. I've been talking too long. We gotta wrap this up soon. I don't know how I feel about this. On the one hand, rituals do have a lot of tools to get their cards. I still think prep and pre-prep are fantastic. But we did lose, I believe we lost one of our best tools recently in Herald of the Arclight. Just gonna double check this before I start talking on my ass. Yes, so Herald of the Arclight was one of the best cards we get access to gain either a ritual spell or ritual monster. Thank you, Diviner of the Herald. I'm so sorry you weren't able to keep fulfilling your full potential on this. Am I missing something with this? I feel like it's like with the Magical King of the Swamp from earlier. I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like there's some synergy that this unlocks specifically that other cards don't get to do, but this is just... I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. Is there anything that this works with specifically? I'm going to need your help. Let me know down below. Does Corrupted Ritual Records unlock some kind of wild combo that I'm not aware of? And what cards work best with Magical King of the Swamp? Those are the ones that I'm most excited to know about. Annihilating Retrolight, I don't know if there's anything to talk about with this. I don't know. I just think this is a solid card. And let me know what your thoughts are on the raw yellow cards. I, for one, am glad that domain format has been confirmed for Yu-Gi-Oh! This is pretty, this is a pretty cool drop. These are really fun. I'm very curious to see how Dollhammer pans out. Very curious. It's just a cantrip that can move things around, and if that was all it did, that would be one thing. But it also can recur, so it is like recursive draw power. Oh, this is so wild. I'm kind of losing my mind. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you all so much for listening. And as always, until the last time Konami drops some juicy spoilers, I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout while helping out the channel. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media and the Critic of Innocence, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Beastsman, Charlie Mercury, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade Eric, Frankie, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Meme King, Muse Clark, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Pat Poos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, That One Dumbass and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders Animasta, and Thorak, a random pup, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Christopher Fuss, again, Cool Trainer Dark, Dr. Entity, RIP, Eki Bullock, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, J.A. Flair, Julian Marquez, Kale the Dragon, Kryptonian Blurred, Lobomaru 02, Manga Pages, Millennia Asta, Mr. Machina, Natia Lee Alexander, Neon Yaminair, Nicholas Murphy, Not Al Gore, Obsidian, Rhyme Kairos, Rogue Wolf, Seraph SG, Shizuka Nijimura, Simic Toadstool, Sonic 21 Blast, Stepfen Huntsman, The Legendary Raven, The Queen of Time, Tiger X2476, Tristan O'Meara, Zadine, Zaldreka, Yazuz 1, Zephrath, The Rock Thing, and Zentha, as well as all the lovely Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.